In this Zapier tutorial, we'll be walking through how to sync two separate Google calendars. So your events from your work calendar, for example, will show up on your personal calendar. Let's get started. The example for this tutorial is sort of an integration inception, I'll call it. Here we want to sync any event created on a work Gmail account to a second Gmail account. You can think of it as a personal account. So if you're using a scheduling tool such as Calendly, your calendar will always be up to date. You'll never be double booking yourself. So for this tutorial, go ahead and log on to Zapier.com and click on the plus button on the side here to make a Zap. So we're going to keep this pretty simple. All we're going to do here is connect a work calendar, for example, to a personal calendar. So I'm going to start off first by choosing an app or an event. And what I'm going to do is click on Outlook. So I'm going to choose a trigger event, and that's going to be anytime I get a new calendar event. So I'm going to scroll down, just click on New Calendar Event. And it's going to ask me here to connect the account. So what account do you want us to look at? So I'm going to ask it to connect to my work account. Hit continue. And then it asks, okay, within that account, what calendar do you want to use? So here what I'm going to do is just pull up my main calendar. If you have multiple, you'll see them listed below. I'm just going to pull up my, my main calendar there. I'm going to hit continue. Now, what it's going to do is go into that calendar and find data to use within the second step. You can do that. I'm going to click in to test and continue. And you can see then I get a green checkbox up at the top saying I've done it correctly. And now Zapier asks, okay, we have the information. We know what you want us to look at. Now, what do you want us to do with that information? So the second part here is saying where you want to move that or what you want to do. And of course, I want that event to then transfer over onto a Google Calendar. So I'm going to click on Google Calendar, or I can just select, I can start typing in Google Calendar. And okay, you want us to app. Now what do you want us to do there? And I want to create a detailed event. So I'm going to click here on Create Detailed Event, hit Continue. Same thing here, it's going to say, okay, what calendar do you want us to create this new, what account do you want us to create this new event on? And next it's going to ask what calendar do you want to create that on? And same as I did above, I'm just going to use my main calendar. If you have multiple or you use multiple, feel free to do that here. And so summary. So here's what I like about these, that you can actually insert data that you have from the original event in this case. And when you click on it, you can see you have different fields that you can use. What I could do is copy the event exactly. So what I would do is click on the subject and the body preview, or for example, I could just say work event, marking it as busy. In this case, I like to see the subject, so I'm going to put that in there, and I'm going to actually say above here, I'm going to say work event, and then I'm going to put that within quotes. Description, I'm going to leave blank. Location, I'm going to leave blank. Again, I'm just using this to block out time on my calendar, but you can copy these in exactly, and if you wanted to, you just go in, grab body in that option, grab location, again, very flexible. In this case, this is really the key piece for us, so the start date. So what I want to do is grab the actual start date from the original email. So again, I just clicked within the field, and I'm going to do start date time. Same thing with the end date time. Perfect. And I don't need frequency, I don't need anything else very fancy. I really just wanted these fields so that it would copy the original meeting exactly. I decided not to choose reminders because I don't need, I don't like notifications. It's as simple as that. Okay, so now what's going to happen here is it's going to show you the original event and show you kind of the detailed event that you're going to create. So it'll give you a bit of a summary here, and then it's going to ask to create a test. So you want to click test and continue. And then at this stage, you want to go back to the original data that it gathered, and you want to check within your calendar to make sure, for example, on the 9th of April, that an event was created on your Google Calendar. I've done this separately, so I'm ready to turn this on. Go ahead and test that out on your end and click on, and you should be good to go. If you have any questions on this one, go ahead and throw it down in the comments. If not, I hope that helps.